What up, peeps, and welcome to a pickup video. So a little bit of sad news really quick, and then I'll follow it up with some good news. Sad news is that I filmed a previous pickup video, and it was a standard pickup video. There was some really cool stuff, and then I put everything away, and I forgot to import the clips to my computer. And unfortunately, because I use my phone to film our double jump videos every single day, my phone fills up pretty quick and I have to delete footage off of my phone like every week or two. So that ended up happening. And unfortunately, I deleted an entire pickup video before I was able to get it into Dropbox for my editor, Jesse. I actually also deleted a second video that I had filmed going over my top 5 favorite adult animated cartoons, which I can redo that one. That's easy enough. I can't redo the pickup video though. I don't remember what was in there and everything's already been put away. So there's a lost pickup video out there. But good news is that we finally announced that we are moving our store to its new location and everything is finally moving forward again. There's an entire video about that on the Double Jump channel. I highly recommend you guys check that out. There's a link down below to that channel if you're not following already. And I'm mentioning it because it's not just going to be a huge change for my life and our business and everything, but it's going to be a huge change for the game room here because I have a lot of stuff in here that I've been storing for the new store, lots of boxes and totes and stuff over here off camera, but also a lot of stuff that I've had in my game room for years is going to be going to the store to be on display there. I love sharing my collection, both on video and in person. So having my Blockbuster gumball machine and the Pokemon Snap Station over here and all of my signs, kiosks, and statues, I want that stuff to be viewable. So it's going to be going to the store. It's going to clear a lot of room out of the game room here and allow me to have more room to expand and add more consoles, accessories, and games to the shelves. So I'm excited for that. That'll be coming in the next couple months. So before we jump into this, make sure you grab a snack and a drink because this is going to be a pretty long pickup video, I think. There's quite a bit of stuff to go over. I also have way more consoles to show you in this pickup video than probably any pickup video I've ever done, if I'm being honest. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 consoles. That's insane. So, starting off, as we always do, I'm going to go through the promo items, the random stuff, the stuff that's not actual games. So first up, we had a pretty awesome trade-in at our store from somebody who was getting rid of their childhood collection, but it wasn't just a childhood collection of games. They had all of their original like kids Nintendo t-shirts. They had all sorts of toys and random stuff. So I got a few random things here that I wanted to add to the collection. We have the Super Mario Brothers water bottle from 1988. This thing is 2 years older than I am. We also have a Super Mario Brothers plastic cup, also from 88. There's no straw with this one. Not a huge deal, I don't really care. These are just really cool. I also have, where is it? I have this Super Mario Brothers bowl from 1989. These kind of all just go together, I suppose. It's kind of a cool little thing. And I also have like the Dixie Cup dispenser. I have a whole box of brand new Mario Dixie Cups. This kind of stuff is just super cool. You don't see a lot of promo items from this old in like Mario Bros history. And the stuff that you do find is either really, really expensive, really beat up, or just impossible to find. So very happy to add some cool pieces like that to the collection. I'm gonna move them over here out of my way. This is one of the most random things I think that I will have in my collection, but it's Donkey Kong related, so I had to have it. I have an entire little Donkey Kong shrine behind the camera here in the glass case. This is Donkey Kong Land Bubblegum. At least it's the container for it. And it looks like a Game Boy, which is super cool. The top would open up here, you'd have gum, and then it says it originally came with with trading cards. And I don't know if the trading cards are in here or not because I do have some, but I don't know which one would come in this because it's Donkey Kong Land. The cards I have are Donkey Kong Country, so I don't know, but this is perfect for my little Donkey Kong shrine. And speaking of cards, here they are. So first up, I have Mario Kart 64 trading cards. There's an opened pack here, but it still has the original wrapper that the guy kept, and a bunch of cards. I already have what I think is a near full set of Mario Kart 64 trading cards, so I'll have to go through and compare and see if any of these are not duplicates for me. And then the other trading cards are these ones, and these are the Donkey Kong ones, and specifically Donkey Kong Country 2, which is my favorite Donkey Kong game, my favorite Super Nintendo game, and my second favorite game of all time. And they're all Donkey Kong Country 2. There's so many of them. There's a couple like holographic ones that are numbered 1 and 2. Who knows if these are anything special. I don't think people necessarily collect Donkey Kong cards, at least not like they do for any other trading card game, but these are super cool, and to be from my favorite Super Nintendo game, of course, had to keep them, had to add them to the collection. I love those. Probably put them in a binder at some point. Next we have it's a little sticker sheet, and it says, place your free player's guide or CD sticker on the order form. So this is something from Nintendo Power, I assume, but it's got Banjo-Kazooie, Ocarina of Time, Pokemon Yellow, I guess, and then Mario 64. Little stickers on there, and they're unused. That's pretty cool. I have a big collection of Nintendo Power stuff, so adding that to that, I suppose. And these other ones here are not Nintendo Power, but they're closely related. We have Nintendo Comics System. These are super cool, and I honestly don't know too much about these, but it's just legitimately a comic book, but it's Nintendo related. There's like a Zelda section in here, there's a Mario section. So we have that one there, and then we also have this one. And then those are both Game Boy, but we also have 2 of them that are Super Mario Bros. And they're still the Nintendo Comic System, but these are Mario ones. I don't think I've ever actually seen these before. I was very surprised when these came into the store as part of this collection, because I was like, what the heck are these? They're not Nintendo Powers, but they're so cool. So had to have those. And it looks like they are numbered number 1, where'd it go? Number 2, number 3, and number 4. So this is 1 through 4. I don't know how many they made. If they made more than 4, let me know down in the comments, and I'll have to try to track them down for the collection. Next up is such another random thing here, but this is a Carlton Cards Nintendo sticker sheet. And from 1999, it's still got the plastic on it. You can take them out from the top, but it says 2 sheets right there. They're both in here completely unused. So, I don't know, it's kind of cool. They're Mario Party. Mario Party 1. So awesome. Next up, a couple random little things from my Nintendo. I did not redeem points and get these myself. These were just part of someone's trade-in. We have a little Switch 2 keychain strap kind of thing, and then also the gold and silver pins here. And I have a pretty big collection of video game pins, so that's really cool. That fits right in with that. I hope one day I can display them somehow. Like, I used to have like a corkboard kind of thing for them, but I had way too many, so I really don't know what to do with that. I'll figure it out someday. Next up, I have 2 little like metal tins, and I feel like I have another one of these. It's like a mini lunchbox. Yeah, I have like a Mario Kart and a Diddy Kong Racing like mini lunchboxes. These are similar, but these are not lunchbox shaped. But we have a Super Mario Bros. 2 one, and it still has the original sticker with the UPC code, but it's just a little metal box. The cards were in this originally, the Mario Kart 64 and Donkey Kong Country cards. The other one fits in with the little lunchbox I already have, and it's another Diddy Kong Racing one, but this one obviously is in the shape of Diddy Kong. But again, it's just a little metal box. Interesting. I'm not really sure what these would be used for, because my first instinct is like a pencil case or some sort of like school supply thing, but it's such a weird shape. Like, what would you even put in this? It seems inconvenient to take anything to school in that. Next up, I have a couple keychains here. Got the Funky Kong keychain, it's a little rubber one. And this doesn't have any sort of date on it, but it has to be old because all this guy's stuff was from the late 80s to the late 90s, like all of his stuff. And this was in there, so it's gotta be old. We also have the little Mario riding Yoshi keychain. I also do not know when this is from. Oh, it does have a date. Oh, 1992. That is awesome. Another keychain is a Mario 64 one. double-sided. And then the last one is a little miniature Super Nintendo. And this one is made by Mani, M-A-N-I. It says SNE-002, patent pending. Doesn't have an actual date, but super cool. And then one more thing here, which I might actually have this somewhere. I do not know where, because it looks extremely familiar, so I might already have one, but it's a little Pokemon Snap. What do you call these? It's like a photograph book. It's got like a specific name. I can't think of it, but it's got places to put your cards here. I imagine the cards you get with the Pokemon Snap Station. And then it's got a spot to put your sticker and to write some stuff about the photos you took. So this is completely unused, super cool. If I do have one of these and I end up finding it, then I'll just take one to the store and sell it. But this is super cool from 1999. This is not a promotional item, but this is something that I've been missing from my collection for such a long time. And I don't know why, this thing is incredibly hard to find, and this goes to Hey You Pikachu for the N64. And it's this little piece of plastic that clips onto the top of your controller and holds the microphone for the game. So you can have the microphone there while you're playing and holding onto the controller. You don't have to pick up the microphone every time you want to use it. This little piece is so hard to find. My boxed copy was missing this. It's also missing the cardboard insert, which kind of sucks. But over the years, I've had multiple complete and boxed copies of Hey You Pikachu come through the store and through my hands. Never have they ever had this little piece. And what is so funny is that I've gotten 2 of these at the store within a month of each other. So we actually have an extra one of these, which I think we posted on eBay. I don't know if it's up yet or not, but very hard to find. If we had an extra boxed copy, I would just put it with that, of course, but right now we don't. All right, moving on. Next, an accessory here for the original Game Boy, and that is the Game Boy Link, or the Game Link. And this is a link cable for Game Boy Pocket to Game Boy Pocket, but it also has this little adapter here, and that adapts it to be used on an original Game Boy. So it's pretty cool, and it shows you all the different configurations. You need this if you're gonna trade Pokemon between, 2 copies on Game Boy Pockets or original Game Boy. But I haven't seen one in the box in, I don't know, ever. We get these all the time loose at the store, but haven't seen one like that. So of course, had to add that to the collection. I also got a strategy guide, which I don't add a lot of this to the collection, but I actually needed this one to complete a Super Nintendo console bundle, which with this, I'm only missing one piece, and that is the Killer Instinct Nintendo Power Player's Guide. If you guys remember a previous SNES Quest video, when Cody and I were in, I believe, Utah, we went to a store, I think it was called Bit Jump Games, and I got the Super Nintendo Killer Instinct bundle, but this one had a special sticker on it that designated it as a Target exclusive. And it's supposed to come with this, and then also a Target $10 coupon. I do not have that coupon. It's just a piece of paper, but that's what makes the bundle so special. I'm trying to find that, but I at least got this to complete, part of it. All right, moving on. I got what I think is just some sort of pre-order bonus, and that is for PokePark 2 for the Wii, and it's little like Wii Remote sticker covers. It says controller static cling. So pretty cool. I also did get one other, it's a box for an accessory. I still need to get the stuff to go in it, but I don't find a lot of stuff at Goodwill for my collection these days, but this is one of them. And it is the box for a pink Wii Remote, not the Wii Motion Plus, because it comes with the adapter. So this box is supposed to include the controller and the adapter, pink and white. And I found this at Goodwill. It was priced at $6.99, but when I opened it, inside was just paperwork. There was no actual controller. There was no remote. There was a pink Wii Remote battery cover, and then there was a black Energizer brand Wii Remote battery cover, but that was it. There was nothing actually in here. So I actually was looking at it and I was like, I'm not gonna pay $7 just for the box. So I put it back and I went and looked down some other aisles, and I went back and I was like, I'm gonna see if they'll lower the price, because it's missing all the stuff. And I don't know if this is how they had put it out or if someone stole the Wii Remote, who knows? But I took it up and I was like, hey, I found this back on the electronics shelf. It doesn't have any of the stuff in it, but I would still love to just buy the box. And luckily it was a manager who was at the register and he's like, how about $2.99? And I was like, yeah, sure. He's like, you're not gonna try to return it? And I was like, heck no. So he like crossed the tag off, so I couldn't return it, which is fine. I was never planning on it. But that is kind of cool. Never seen this boxed bundle. It's nothing too exciting, but I like collecting boxed controllers and accessories and stuff, so it'll be super easy to get the pieces to complete that. It's pretty low priority, so I'll do it when I think about it. And then I have, before we get to the consoles, and before we get to the games, of course, I have a few soundtracks here and then one like little bonus thing. This is some sort of like making of Resident Evil 4 bonus DVD for the GameCube. And it's from EB Games. And this is how they come. They don't have a cover. There's no manual, no cover. This is exactly how every single one on eBay is. And just a cool little promotional GameCube thing. And then 3 soundtracks. First one, this is the Chrono Trigger Orchestra Extra soundtrack. And it only has 2 tracks on it, but this is from 2008. So I believe this came out with the DS version of the game, but that's super cool. It's in like a little cardboard sleeve. The other 2 soundtracks though are very, very special. I don't know which one's more rare, but we have the Mario Kart 64 Greatest Hits soundtrack, again in a cardboard sleeve. This one is from 1997, as it says on the back. The other one though is an original Ocarina of Time soundtrack from 1998. And this is so cool. These actually came from the same guy that had all the other weird promotional stuff, so he probably ordered these from Nintendo Power back in the day. Probably had his parents help him do that. That is so cool. All right, so that's it for all the weird accessories, promo stuff, all that. Let's get into all of the consoles, and then of course, as always, we'll finish off with the games. So first up, the consoles. In the most recent SNES Quest video, when I was at Geek Fest in Everett, Washington, you guys saw me pick up the Super Nintendo Mario Paint bundle, which is right here. I have yet to complete it with the official mouse and mouse pad, and it needs some more paperwork, but I was able to get all of the clear, or all the brown packing tape that was like all right here. I was able to get that off with very minimal damage. This rip was there, that rip was there. Just a couple like little things it did when I took the tape off, but it looks a lot better. It is missing the barcode, which really sucks, and it's got that big sticker on there, but very, very hard to find bundle. And I came to realize afterwards, because I never looked this up when I bought it, I was just like $250, yeah, it sounds fair. But this thing goes for like $700 or $800 complete. So that was a fantastic price on that. Super happy to add another Super Nintendo bundle to my collection. I've got so many of them. I have a couple really, really rare consoles here that are Japanese exclusives, but I'm gonna show you guys the rest of these other ones first, which some of these are also really, really cool, but I have a huge stack of handheld consoles. And you guys have probably seen over the years how many handhelds Abby and I have in the collection. She really likes collecting the boxed 3DS consoles. We have almost all of them. We're just missing like a couple, and then we're missing like some Japanese exclusives, but there's a bunch of new handhelds here that we did not have before. First up is an original Game Boy Advance Japanese exclusive, and that is a gold one, which is pretty cool. This next one, actually no, I'll skip that one. Next up, we have just a regular silver Game Boy Pocket. We already have a silver Game Boy Pocket in the collection, but it's the one that comes in like the really tall, like plastic case. It doesn't have the cardboard box like this, so gotta get all the variants. This next one here though, this is a console that I've never owned. Been collecting since like 2008. I've had my own video game store since 2018, but I've been buying and selling games for just as long as I've been collecting. I have never owned a single one of these consoles, even just loose that I sold somewhere, never had one, ever. So this is the first time, and it's one that we're adding to the collection, which means it's complete in box, and that is so cool, and that is a gold Game Boy Light. And for those that do not know, the Game Boy Light came out after the Game Boy Pocket. It was exclusive to Japan, and it actually has a lit screen, which we didn't get here in the US until the Game Boy Advance SP. So this is way older than that. That is so cool. From 1998. How cool is that? And it is complete in here. It's got, can't really see it, but it's got paperwork in there. And then the actual console itself with the baggie. It's got the beautiful gold color here. Look at that condition too. You'll see a lot of these with like burned in screens. This one is perfect. It's got the funky battery cover that's like grooved. But yeah, this is super cool. And these 3 consoles, along with the rest of the handhelds I'm about to show you, these all came from one person who mailed us their entire handheld collection that they were getting rid of. And there was some really cool stuff like this that I did not have, and of course we had to add it to the collection. So the rest of them also came from them, and these are all 2DSs. Like I said, these are ones that we did not have in the collection. So first up, we have the clear red 2DS, which is super cool. I love the transparent ones. And then some Japanese ones here. And I have to do a little bit of research because I feel like, maybe you guys can correct me in the comments, I feel like this came out in North America as well, but I might be thinking of the console coming out by itself, not bundled with the game like this one is. I can't remember, it's been such a long time since these actually came out. This is the clear yellow 2DS with Pokemon Yellow version. And like I said, I don't know if, I feel like this console came out here, but maybe it didn't have the game. Maybe it was more of just a bundle like this with no game. Please let me know in the comments, because if a US one came out, I'll get that one instead. I try to only collect the Japanese consoles if they didn't come out here, but super cool, another transparent one. And then also, to follow along with that, we had to get the Pokemon Green version. I'm fairly certain this one did not come out here. I think maybe it was just the blue and the red ones that came out here, but with no games. Maybe yellow and green were Japanese only. Let me know in the comments. I'm sure someone watching knows. The last 2DS here, though, is really, really cool. Another Japanese one, though. This is I believe, a Pokemon Center exclusive, and it is a blue Pokemon one. And I actually didn't know that this existed. I didn't know it existed. Can't talk. And when we got this one in, it was the first time that I had seen it. It's a pretty minimal design, but I think it's really, really cool. And I love it. Love collecting Pokemon stuff, love collecting boxed consoles, of course. So very happy with those. Those are really, really cool. And now comes the fun part of trying to find room to put these on the shelf because I don't have room. Let me move these out of the way. I guess they can go here. So the rest of the consoles here, I know we're already 20 plus minutes into this video, so bear with me. Consoles are incredibly cool. These are probably some of the rarest things that I have to show in the, well, no, definitely the rarest things I have to show in the entire video. Normally I would try to save the best thing for last, but I usually try to show all the random stuff in consoles first, then just finish off with the games. So, 2 new consoles added to the collection. First up, the Tales of Symphonia GameCube. This is a Japanese exclusive. It is a like mint green kind of color, has the Tales of Symphonia jewel on top of the system, and excuse me, comes with a matching like mint green Game Boy player. And everything is included in the box here. The box also opens on the top, which is very different from most GameCubes. But as you can see, it's pretty dang complete with all the baggies and everything. Super cool. Very, very happy that I finally got this because I've been looking for it for quite some time. They're just so freaking expensive. And this is the kind of item that it's really hard to find in the US. Usually you have to go on eBay or something and import them from Japan. They're very, very expensive. I got super lucky and one person walked into the store with both of these consoles. And that was all they brought in. And I paid them a lot of cash for them. So there was that one. The other one though, way cooler in my opinion, is the Gundam Char's Customized Box GameCube console. And this box is much wider, as you can tell. Not only do you get the like red red and black GameCube with the Gundam emblem on the top. You also get the matching controller, the matching Game Boy player, just like that one. But this one also comes with a Gundam figure. How cool is that? This thing is even more rare than the Tales of Symphonia one. And the guy, when I was talking to him about them, and I was like, yeah, the Gundam one's like way more expensive than the Tales of Symphonia one. And he's like, oh, that's funny, because I bought them while I was in Japan, and the Tales of Symphonia one cost him more than the Gundam one. But that one also is fully complete with all the baggies and everything. So cool. And I want to say that I ended up paying for both, I think it was $800, like cash, which I was not expecting to spend randomly, but I've been looking for those for such a long time, and they're just so cool. I had to add them to the collection. I'm happy that I did. All right, that is it for all of the consoles and accessories and random stuff. On to the games. So first up, a console that, as of right now, I am not collecting, and that is Switch 2. I have 2 physical games here. We have Breath of the Wild, which Abby wanted, and Donkey Kong, which I have been playing the crap out of. I absolutely love this game. It is so much fun. My Switch 2, I think I might have talked to, maybe that was in the pickup video I deleted. We got the Switch 2, I got the Mario Kart bundle, so I played a lot of Mario Kart, and then Donkey Kong is the only 2 games I've played on it. I have 70, 75, somewhere around there hours in Mario Kart so far, and I'm at about 40 hours in Donkey Kong, and both games are just so much fun. There's not much else I can say. I've already done videos on both of them on the channel here. You can check those out if you want to hear what I have to say about the games, but they're both super, super good, and I just can't wait to keep playing Donkey Kong. I'm gonna play tonight, or maybe tomorrow, I don't know. I gotta play, it's so fun. Real quick, I forgot to show these, got some Pokemon DVDs, nothing too crazy, just a bunch of Pokemon DVDs that I did not have in the collection yet. They were sitting here and I forgot to show them, so there they are. I have a couple Nintendo Wii games to show you guys, and I don't really add a lot of Wii games to the collection right now. Once I'm focusing on that console as my main thing, it'll be probably quick to add like hundreds of games, because a lot of games for the Wii are so cheap and common. But this is one that I thought was really interesting. It's Lego Harry Potter Years 1 through 4. Looks pretty normal on the front, but if you turn it around, it says includes DVD of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And sure enough, you open it up, it's got this paper in here and the DVD. And that's super weird because I've never seen it with the DVD before, but it also doesn't say anything on the front about the DVD, so I don't know if like more of them have this on the back and they're just missing the DVD and I just don't notice. But I don't know. I never noticed it until seeing this one with the DVD, and I was like, why is there a DVD in here? It doesn't say anything on the front, and then I looked at the back and I was like, oh, that's cool. And it's got the little paperwork in there as well. So kind of interesting. I don't know how rare it is, but I'd never seen it before. The other one is also really weird. 2 fairly common games in a double pack together, but it's not like on one disc, it's not in one case, it's not even 2 games in a box. It's both separate games with this like weird cardboard slipcover. Very interesting, but it's No More Heroes and Red Steel. And front and back, you can see it's, you know, this is legit and everything, but usually when you see them, it's like open on the side here, then the other side is enclosed, but this side is not. So they can come out of either side of the cardboard. It's so weird, so interesting. So I don't know if this was like a store exclusive thing, because it doesn't say, but just pretty weird. That's all I have for the Wii. Let's move on to Nintendo Switch. As you guys know, Switch, I have such a big collection, I'm adding stuff all the time. No exceptions here. We have the Coffee Talk and Coffee Talk Episode 2 Double Shot Bundle. Big collector's edition here that's got both games in it. Couple other special editions here. We have the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered, which came out pretty recently. We also have the Thing Remastered Deluxe Edition, also pretty recent. And then 2 other random ones. We have the Silver Case 2425 Deluxe Edition, and also Gun Pixies. I don't know which edition this is, but it's in a big box. And then for standard Switch games, we have Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports, Fabledom, which looks pretty good. Monarch Deluxe Edition. Dragon's Lair Trilogy. I have the special edition version. Had to get the regular one, of course. Yakuza Kiwami. Rocket League Ultimate Edition. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. Railway Empire Nintendo Switch Edition. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. I loved Tony Hawk growing up, and I stopped playing it like Underground 2. I didn't play anything after that. I tried like Tony Hawk 5 for a little bit, but I was like, what is this? But I really need to go back and play the remakes of 1, 2, 3, and 4 because I loved those games when I was a kid on both PS1 and N64. 4 was not on N64, but the other ones, I played the crap out of all of them, so I really need to go back and play these ones because I'm sure I would love them. We have the Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered Standard Edition. We have a game called Gravity Circuit. This one's cool. I didn't know this existed till this came in to the store. Raystorm and Ray Crisis HD Collection. These are shooters, which I'm not a huge fan of, like space shooters, but these are both PS1 games that are really, really hard to find. They're not the most expensive PS1 games, but they seem to be way more rare than some of the really expensive PS1 games that everyone like knows are rare. Raystorm and Ray Crisis, very, very hard to find. We also have Young Souls. And going back to Raystorm and Ray Crisis, since I got rid of all my PlayStation stuff, it's cool to see more like remakes and remasters and double packs coming out for Switch for games that were originally on PlayStation, like those ones. So it's kind of cool. We have the 30-in-1 game collection. Got some bangers right here. NBA 2K25, Lego 2K Drive, MLB The Show 23, NBA 2K23. Just a bunch of sports games I didn't have. Next up, Chronicles of the Wolf. This game looks incredible. This is definitely on my list to try out one day. It looks like an awesome Metroidvania style game, and I'm super excited to try that out. It's got like super detailed, I don't want to say Super Nintendo graphics because it looks like it's more than 16-bit, but it's definitely pixel side-scrolling. It looks really, really good. We also have the standard version of The Thing. We have the Ride Out Remastered, The Mystery of the Soulless Army, which is a remake of the PS2 Shin Megami Tensei. So that's another one that I can now play it on Switch because I got rid of my PlayStation stuff. Windstorm. What more can I say about that? Worms Armageddon Anniversary Edition. Here's another new one, it's another like double pack thing. Harvest Moon Skytree Village and The Lost Valley. Double pack. Interesting. We have Macross Shooting Insight, My Sims Cozy Bundle, another double pack, and then lastly, Expeditions, a Mud Runner game. This sounds so cool. When I saw this, I was like, oh, it's just, it's whatever. It's like some ATV kind of off-road game. But after reading the back, listen to this. Embark on scientific expeditions with this new off-road adventure from the creators of Mud Runner and Snow Runner. Lead research missions as you drive a variety of all-terrain vehicles using high-tech tools and managing your camp and crew to ensure your success in the wild. What the heck? You're going on like science expeditions? That's crazy. It's not what I expected out of this kind of game. Sounds very, very interesting. All right, moving on, we have one NES manual to complete a box we already had, Wheel of Fortune Family Edition, nothing too special there, but I did get another box for the collection, and that is Conquest of the Crystal Palace. Kind of a hard to find one, this one's in very nice condition, but it is box only. No manual, no cartridge, I will have to track those down. Manual might be a little tough to find, but cartridge shouldn't be too bad. I'm not focusing on NES right now though, so it's kind of low priority, but very nice to add a kind of hard to find box to the collection. Let's move on to Game Boy and DS and Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. I kind of just have them all mixed together here. First one, Mario Party DS not for resale cartridge. You guys know I love collecting my not for resale games. Didn't have Mario Party, so that's kind of cool. Also a couple of cartridges here that go in boxes I already have. We have Worms World Party, Hexite, The Shapes of Victory, and Mario Golf for Game Boy Color. Can't believe I didn't have that cartridge already. One DS game, Nintendog's Best Friends, and it comes in this little like cardboard slip, which is interesting. Usually these cardboard slips are included with like a console bundle, but I don't think that Nintendog's Best Friends came bundled with a console. There is a Nintendog's bundle, but it was for the first Nintendog's game. So if you know where this originally came from, let me know in the comments. And then, I guess in no particular order on the boxed Game Boy stuff, we have NFL Blitz 2000. I already had this box in the collection, but we got a complete one at the store. I needed the cartridge and the manual, but it turns out the whole thing was a condition upgrade, so there we go. We also have Klonoa 2 Dream Champ Tournament for the GBA. We have Hamtaro Ham Hams Unite for the Game Boy Color. Pac-Man Special Color Edition. This one I think was just a variant. This has like the flat thing here. The other one that I had, I'm pretty sure was like holographic on the side. So interesting. I don't really know what the difference is between the two, but it's a variant, so I decided to keep both. Mickey's Racing Adventure. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. V-Rally Edition 99. This one has that holographic thing, so you can kind of see what I was talking about. Caesar's Palace 2. And lastly, Dexter's Laboratory Robot Rampage for the Game Boy Color. Been adding a lot of Game Boy games recently. All right. So I just have Super Nintendo and GameCube left. You've pretty much seen all this stuff because of other videos. So let's just save GameCube for last. You already know what the last game's gonna be, but Super Nintendo, this is all the stuff that you've seen in the most recent SNES Quest videos. So we have a bunch of manuals here. Incredible Crash Dummies, NHL 98, can't read that when I'm looking at the camera. Preschool Fun, World Heroes, Super Chase HQ. We have the poster, I believe this was for Math Blaster. Realm, Radical Psycho Machine Racing, and Radical Rex, which is a game I played recently, and it's not very good. But on to the boxes. So as you saw in the video, I got some display only boxes. We have Pilot Wings, Tetris Attack, F-Zero, and Kirby's Dream Course. And everyone's telling me that somebody made reproductions of these at some point, and they're basically indistinguishable from the originals. So I'm not really too concerned about it. Whether these are original or reproduction, they're kind of cool. I don't really care. They're very cheap, so even if they're fake, whatever. I can always burn them for warmth. And then onto the actual boxed games, we have Riddick Bowe Boxing. I used to call this Riddick Bowie Boxing, but when I was making the video, I was like, I'm gonna talk about this and I don't wanna sound stupid, so I looked up how to pronounce his last name, and it's Bowe. We also have Tough Enough, which was not very good. We have Dream TV. Still need a cartridge for that one. We have Street Hockey 95, which I did get the cartridge for. We have Speed Racer, which also does not have a cartridge. We have NBA Give and Go. And lastly, Power Rangers Zeo Battle Racers. So, I'm not spoiling anything because the most recent, well, the most recent SNES Quest video that is out right now is the last one I have filmed. So I think my next one is going to be filmed at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, which is not until October. So you're gonna be waiting a little bit for the next SNES Quest video. But if you saw the last one, it's not a spoiler, I'm down to only 10 games remaining for the set. There is one game sitting here that I can't show you yet because it hasn't been put into a video, even though it was supposed to be in the last one. And there was some miscommunication with my editor, Jesse, and because I uploaded the clip of that one after the rest of them. And I guess it was after he had already downloaded all the clips and he forgot to include it. So in that video, technically, I still had 11 games, even though I already have this one here, bringing it down to 10. So in the next SNES Quest video, we're gonna have a little bit about that, talking about how it was supposed to be in the last video. Okay, lastly, we have GameCube. And first up, I got one little piece of paper here, which is this. And this goes into my big box copy of Pokemon Box. This is one of the last things that I needed to complete that. And I think with this, the game is complete. I think this is all that I was missing. So that should be Pokemon Box, Ruby Sapphire, big box, fully complete with that. This is the same exact thing that comes in the DVD for this movie. So it's pretty easy to get one, luckily. Next up, I have a variant, and that is for robots. And this little thing right here is what makes it the variant. It says bonus robots movie ticket inside. And when you look at that, it's right there. Pretty cool. There are a bunch of movie ticket variants for the GameCube, some of which are incredibly hard to find. I do not know why. That I don't think is one of them, but still very happy to have it. And then another variant here that I didn't really know existed. I don't know if this is like a well-known variant or something like that. I only noticed it because I had 2 copies looking at them side by side. So this was my original copy of Freestyle Soccer. And this is the one that I was comparing it to, and when I saw it, decided to keep both. You see the difference? This one has a little Blockbuster exclusive logo right there. This one does not. And on the back, they are a little different. This one has some extra text right here. You can see it, and it says stuff about Blockbuster. I don't know if I don't know if the entire game was exclusive to Blockbuster or if just this version was, who knows. Either way, it's a kind of a cool variant, so I decided to hold on to both. The next one, you guys saw in a video. I was an idiot, somehow didn't have this game. Piglet's Big Game, and had to put a memory card in there, of course. But I had to just buy this one off of eBay to complete my set because I already thought that I had the complete set. Then I was going through and I was like, wait a minute, where's that Piglet game? And I didn't have it. I have no idea how I missed it, but I double checked the list afterwards to make sure that that was the only one I was missing. And as far as I could tell, that was the only one that I didn't have. So I finally have a complete GameCube set. Last one here you guys have already seen. It's the Pokemon channel with the Pokemon Mini, all factory sealed together, Sam's Club bundle. Super cool. I did an entire video about this, so if you want to know more about what this is and why it's so crazy and rare and cool, check out the channel. There's a video all about it. So that is everything, guys. It's a long one, 42 minutes, oh my God. So at the end of these videos, we usually do a keyword, which if you use this word in your comment down below, it'll tell me that you watched the entire video without skipping ahead, which means you're a true one. And we try to usually pick a word from one of the things here. So let's go freestyle, from the Freestyle Street Soccer. So if you use the word freestyle, I'll know that you are a true one, you watched the entire video. And if you did, thank you so much. And I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys with a new video next Saturday.